another amazing episode on the culture of currency. Today, as the thumbnail suggests, we'll be tackling, in my opinion, one of the most exciting and beautiful series in silver. So buckle up, smash the old like button as we take flight with the Wedge Tailed Eagle. This is a coin that hails from the amazing Perth Mint, which of course is in Australia and is done in partnership with the legend in coin art and American John Mercanti. This is a man who is native of Pennsylvania and has produced more minted products than any other in American history, with over 100 selections to his credit. You may best know him for his work on another eagle, this one, the Silver American Eagle, but enough about him. Let's get to this bird so we can understand its cultural significance with Australia. Eagles are birds of prey, and this bird is no exception, being the largest bird of prey in Australia with a wingspan that can actually go over 9 feet. I think this is actually one of the largest wingspans in the common age of birds of prey. The wedge-tailed eagle holds good standing and conservation status and is found throughout Australia, trailing all the way up to New Guinea. Maybe a reason it is not as a threatened species as others is because this bird is smart enough to seldom nest near human-populated regions, which I kind of envy myself. Young eagles of this species are light to mid-brown in shade, and as they mature they darken like a fine wine that will put you in the hospital because they're also somewhat violent. As you can see, the wedge-tailed eagle got its name for having, you guessed it, a distinctive wedge-shaped tail. They tend to prefer the lightly timbered and open country over dense forest, which makes sense due to its large wings. It's hard to be agile and quick when you're getting pelted with branches every time you flap. This is why jungle eagles, like harpies, have a shorter wing-to-body ratio. When courting, these birds can be seen doing elaborate aerial maneuvers, and they often build their nests in forks of trees or cliffs, which can structurally support the weight of up to a 5-meter nest and multiple birds. These birds are often high-flying and have the ability to see in ultraviolet bands of frequency, which is carried in sunlight. The diet consists of rabbit, foxes, cats, small kangaroos, wallabies, possums, koalas, bandicoots, cheeseburgers, cockatoos, small emus, and most important, the brown snake, which is one of the most boringly named, but also one of the most deadly snakes in the world. So we all owe this bird a debt of gratitude. More on the brown snake later. I will say there have been isolated incidents showing these birds successfully taking down large red kangaroos, emus, and forcing goats to fall off cliffs. Talk about fast food. These birds have no natural predators and have a range of almost 40 miles or 100 kilometers for those of you watching outside of America. And beware, if you are a hang glider or fly drones, this eagle has documentation of causing a lot of damage. With the large wingspan and hollow bones, this eagle often spends hours at high altitude with little or no energy needed to carry its weight. As you can see, this is an apex raptor and predator and is crucial to the ecosystem of Australia. Now that we have covered many of the traits of the wedge-tailed eagle, let's talk about the amazing coin and place it on our 60-point scale. As you know, if you're a subscriber, we like to start with the front of the coin. And as you can see, this is a very traditional front. There is nothing fancy and different to point out other than the artisanship and quality of Perth is hard to beat. I always would prefer a coin that highlights unique history, culture, nature, or significant items unique to a country on both sides of a coin, but as we see, this is just a standard queen, so it scores a 6 out of 10. Now let's take a look at the reverse. Before we get to the main focus, let's take a moment to really honor the fact that the rim of this coin, where the words are laid out, are not too big and doesn't take away from the art, which is a nice touch. We do notice the iconic 4 nines, which does not have a higher score, but it does make you feel a little bit warm inside. Time for the main course. We have the beautiful eagle in flight in stunning detail. It almost looks like you can pluck a feather off this beast, which would then make me want to apologize because I'm kind of thinking that this bird would beat me up in a fight. Clutched in its talons, we have a serpent, which I'm going to assume is the deadly brown snake, and the reason I won't visit Australia without snake boots. In America, if someone near my house said, "Oh, there's a brown snake," I would think, oh, that's cute, maybe we should keep it as a pet. If I lived in Australia and someone said, oh look, a brown snake, I would book a hotel and my house would be on the market to sell within an hour. The frosted background really makes this coin jump. This is a solid back that really earns a high mark for me. I give it a 9. Now for mintage. This is an interesting coin to tabulate for mintage. It says on the APMEX website that no more than 50 coins should be minted or would be minted. I guess that means that production will match demand on the orders, but it's capped at 50k. And 50k is a solid number regardless, and it places this coin at a 7 out of 10. Next topic we must engage is cultural significance. We do have one side of this coin with the queen, which unlike countries like Anguilla, this one kind of makes sense. The back of the coin boasts something that I did not originally pair with Australia because I was not privy to the knowledge of this particular bird. However, after my research, I found that this raptor is critically linked with Australia itself, just like the kookaburra. It may not be the first animal we think of, but now that we know its importance to the ecosystem, we can properly respect it as a significant cultural animal. This bird is also seen throughout their cultural kind of ongoings. We see them on patches of police uniforms. I believe there is a Royal Air Force of Australia uses them in some of their ongoings, so it's tied in quite well. I scored a 9 out of 10. Now for collectability. It seems that anything that hails from Perth is collectible, so that's already a win. Any series that has a changing design every year is collectible, so there's another tally there. And this was designed by Mercanti and only has a mintage of 50,000. So I think this coin and series of coins really is a perfect 10. Uniqueness is our last category. In all of my searching, I have found the Wedge-Tailed Eagle featured in this series, and really, that's about it. They're used in the Royal Australian Air Force coin, but that coin features jet fighters rather than birds. It should also be scored knowing that this image changes every single year, making it more unique and with a fairly low mintage. Therefore, the uniqueness, I think, should be a perfect 10. This brings our final score to a 51 out of 60, meaning that it has broken the threshold of what I consider to be an elite coin that everyone should seek for their collection. It is a beautifully refined series with artwork under the famous Mercanti. The fairly low mintage is a great thing for collectors, and this coin also will only be struck this year. Of all of the coins I have reviewed thus far, only 9 have made it to the elite level. Thank you for watching, and as always, please stay classy and current with the culture of currency.